Good afternoon. Welcome today to Kenny County High School, where we're pleased to announce Jason Knowles as our boys basketball head coach and also teacher here as well. We're thankful for everybody for coming and to support this, and we're excited. This is a good day. Appreciate Jason and his willingness to take part in this. I think it's something that's going to be really special. I appreciate you. We'll have a moment here with Mr. Curtis. He's got to prepare a statement, and after that, then Mr. Nichols will say something, and then I will say something as well, and then Jason, after what I say, then you can say what you want to, and then we'll go to the media. Mr. Curtis.
Good evening. It's a wonderful day in Cannon County, beautiful day here in Cannon County, and good day for Cannon County High School sports. Cannon County Schools is pleased to announce Mr. Jason Knowles as history teacher, and I say history teacher, social studies teacher, and head boys basketball coach here at Cannon County High School beginning the 2019-2020 academic school year. Mr. Knowles grew up in Noreen, Tennessee, and went to Watertown High School, where he played basketball, football, baseball, and golf. He attended, I don't know if you could add a few more sports in there, Jason, or not, but that's a bunch. But he attended Cumberland University, majored in history, which I have a fondness for, and he was a member of the Pi Gamma Mu Honor Society. And he played baseball for the legendary coach Woody Hunt. I asked him the other day when I talked to him after we had our initial conversation. I said, "Do you still get up early as Woody had you to get up?" And I know, 4:30, 5:30 in the mornings, and he did not answer that question. So, but I appreciate him being on that national championship team that beat my alma mater, Lee University, in 2004. So, Mr. Knowles referees high school football games also, and was on the 2016 state championship officiating crew in football. So he's 34 years old, attends the Fall Creek Baptist Church in Noreen, and he enjoys spending time with family, friends, and his German Shepherd pet, Kylo. So I've learned a lot about Mr. Knowles in the last few days. He enjoys watching the Cincinnati Reds. Don't know about that, but being a semi-Cardinals fan. But he loves playing and watching tennis. He has a tennis player right now that will be competing in the state championship this week at the state championship there at the Spring Fling in Murfreesboro. Enjoys fishing, going to concerts, and jogging. Professionally, what really impressed me too with Mr. Knowles was his ability in the classroom. And he's in his 11th year in education, and he's of course doing that simultaneously coaching at Watertown, with a year at Mount Juliet and 1 year at Wilson Central. And at each school he taught history, geography, and several advanced placement courses. And some in this room know my fondness for the AP courses and my belief in extending EPSOs here at Cannon County High School. In fact, week after next, Coach Knowles will be heading off to Cincinnati to be being a reader for the AP Human Geography course. And that's pretty intense when you sit in basically one room, a large room with fellow teachers, and you grade essays for an entire week and 2 or 3 days. So anybody that does that and has discipline in his life definitely to do that. And he was a 2003 graduate of Watertown High School, received his bachelor's degree, as I said a moment ago, at Cumberland University in history, and his master's degree in education also from Cumberland. So we've got a person that's sitting next to me is an outstanding educator, and that's what we look for and want, and particularly one of my fondness for in the social studies. Cannon County High School Principal Courtney Nichols recommended him to me, and I accepted his recommendation. Now let's talk about Mr. Knowles as coach. Mr. Knowles has coached basketball under Coach Matt Bradshaw at Watertown. leading the JV team to consecutive league titles. He has been the head cross-country and tennis coach, leading the Purple Tigers to their first appearances at the state tournament in both sports. He's also helped coach football and baseball for several seasons. So you're looking at a seasoned coach in multiple sports sitting beside me. And he will be later on next week. He met with players, the boys players, on last Thursday, and then tryouts will be on May 28th, which is Tuesday, May 28th. I talked to him into not doing it on Memorial Day, so appreciate that. No, he wasn't going to do it. But I had to rib him on that. But next Tuesday and Wednesday, which is May 28th, May 29th, he'll be doing the tryouts, and then afterwards meeting with our boys basketball parents and boosters to talk with them. Mr. Nichols, in his recommendation, recommends Mr. Knowles with enthusiasm, not only to the basketball court, but also to the classroom as well. And it's and just like all the other coaches that we have hired, all the other press conferences that we've done with our collegiate athletes, that Jason and I have talked extensively about our mission and vision. Mission of Cannon County Schools to prepare our students for our future. When I look over and see these gentlemen, I'm expecting those players who are here today, I would certainly like to see within them college scholarships, very much like we've done in sports, just like Brandon Miles, who just signed with Cumberland University in basketball, will be the norm, not the exception. So preparing all of our students for his future, preparing his basketball players for their future. And how are they going to do that? They're going to do that through our vision, and our vision is to have excellence every single day. And whether it's in the academic arena, like in AP courses, but also on the athletic fields and on the athletic courts, that we are engaged in excellence every day in what we do and what we say. And I'm expecting that to bring that spirit of excellence to our boys basketball program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nichols.
Just to kind of iterate what Mr. Curtis just said, excited about Mr. Knowles coming on staff at Cannon County High School. His enthusiasm bleeds over not only from the court but also into the classroom, and that's exactly what we're looking for. He has a high standard for his students, and I feel very confident that he'll have that high standard for his players also.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get to work with Jason. I know he is. You know, we've had a lot of conversations and about what's coming up and what he can expect, and I know that he's going to be the right person to lay this foundation. I appreciate the guys coming, I really do, and I think with what he has returning, he's got a good group of kids coming back, and you put that with Coach Knowles' energy, his work ethic, and his determination and his willingness to win. I say it's a great combination to have, and I think it also puts us, you know, in a great place to be able to compete in District 8AA, which is very tough. But I do believe that he is one that is willing to put in the time and the dedication it takes. I know he'll have the players back. I know he will make them work. Is what you know. We've talked about that extensively, and I'm excited. I really am, and I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited for the kids, and I know they are, and I'm just ready to be a part of this and to support Jason all I can in every way, and hoping that he can lead where, you know, we can be competitive and we can turn this thing around, and he can be that person to do that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jason.
I'd like to thank Mr. Nichols and Mr. Curtis and Coach Cagle for bringing me on and giving me an opportunity. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited to see these guys come out and ready just to get to work, get these guys to work, and ready to get Cannon County back to where it should be. There's a lot of talent in this group, and these guys, I know they're ready to get here and get out on the court and get some effort in. That's what it's going to take, and I look forward to being the one to lead them there.
deeply rooted in Watertown, as you have been with all of the sports that you've coached, subjects you've taught and stuff. What brought you to Canyon County to make you say, hey, I want to give this an opportunity to basically kind of start over? I mean, you're familiar with the basketball team and some of the programs at Canyon County, being in the same district. But what brought you to Canyon County High School?
You know, I've been coming up here for weekends, for date nights, for years, just coming to the Playhouse and coming to eat, and just I've always enjoyed the drive up here, enjoyed the community, and you know, you talk to people, everyone's so friendly, and I've always seen this as a place where I could dig some roots and settle down in. And as soon as I saw that the job had posted, I knew this was a good opportunity for me to come up here and look to build a program and get these guys going.
You saw us a couple of times last year evaluate the basketball team as you saw them, you know, this past season. It's things that you're wanting to improve on, things that you're wanting to instill in these guys to ensure success.
Well, these guys are a talented group. They really are. And, you know, all the games that we had against them were tight games. There were times where, you know, they had us on the ropes, and some things could have gone differently. Some balls could have fell that didn't, and they could have very well pulled those games out. But I think some changes can be made, and really some adaptions that can be made to take this group to the next level. They are talented. There's no doubt about that. There have been nights where these guys have shot the lights out, and I hope to have a lot of those upcoming. But I feel like the right guy in charge of these guys can really get them going, and I hope to be the man for the job.
Talk a little bit about your off-season sports conditioning training program. What do you plan to do as far as camps, off-season with these young men to get them ready for the next basketball season?
Well, next week after tryouts, we're going to immediately get down to Watertown and play some camp games, and look to get into other camps as well and just get some summer games going. But we got to hit the weight room. There's no doubt about it that that's going to take us a long way. Conditioning-wise, these guys will not be out of shape. They will be in the best shape of their lives by the time basketball season rolls around. And there's a tremendous cross-country program here at Canyon County University. I call it university because that's what we call it when they're running down at Watertown. But they better be able to run with those cross-country guys because it's coming.
Are you going to be involved in any other sports besides them? Because, like I said, you've been an assistant coach in some, head coach in another. Are you going to try to do that as well? Or?
No, sir. I'm devoting all my time to these guys.
If I can interject, I'm sure Coach Elrod could use some assistance, but Coach Elrod might use some advice, Jason, to assist in our program. But we appreciate that. I had to interject that in regard to that, as well as others. You've got a baseball coach in the room, you've got a football coach in the room, so don't let them strong arm you too much would be my suggestion there, Jason.
Well, I was going to say, can you name a sport you've not either coached or played? You've got a really impressive resume. I think that speaks to your work ethic, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. You have an amazing work ethic to be able to do all that you do, you know, on a daily basis. How do you translate that to your players? Because I know that's something you want your team to have, I would assume. How do you work to translate that work ethic to them?
You know, I tell people I work 364 days a year. You know, I take Christmas off, and these guys, they've got to put the same effort in. Not 364 days, but they need to have basketball on their minds at all time. And if they're not watching film, they need to be working out, they need to be conditioning. And, you know, if they have that mindset and that love for the game, then they will be successful.
How does it give you a leg up, having been at Watertown, not only in the capacity of basketball, but in the capacity of all sports, that you've got a pretty good rapport with all the athletes in this area? How does that maybe give you an advantage working with this team and preparing them for basketball, knowing even if there's some athletes that haven't played basketball in the area, you do know these athletes, you are familiar with them and the programs they play for?
Well, for years I've done scouting reports on this district, and, you know, I know what I'm up against. I know what's here as well. And, you know, I've known Brandon Miles, who just signed for the last 4 years on and off the tennis court, basketball court. I know him by name, and I'm not even from this town. And I think that gives me a leg up on the competition. Just knowing what I'm up against. I've been watching film on these guys the moment I interviewed for the job, just looking to see what I can find and things that can make these guys better and more successful.
Talk about Coach Bradshaw at Watertown and some things maybe you learned from him, and do you take anything from what you've learned to him to transition to this program at Cannon?
Well, one thing Coach Bradshaw does a great job is getting his guys to play hard, and we've taken some tiny teams and competed with giants, and you know, just going a long way with that, saying work ethic is everything. The group we had last year, we went to sub-state with, and you know, we didn't have a 6'4" player on the court, and going out and working hard every day pays dividends.
I know Cannon County's got a great basketball tradition. I mean, you can go back and in the gymnasium look at all the banners over the years. What does that mean to you to see that in there, knowing that this program has had a great tradition over the years?
Well, seeing that just lets me know the support I will have from the community, and that right there will go a long way for me. But these guys should walk in that gym every day and aspire to get another banner up there with their names on it.
Talk a little bit about the classroom hire here, Mr. Nichols. We've been successful in the past. It looks like we're continuing that success. I know that this was termed by somebody a tough choice. What was it about him that stood out above the rest?
Definitely his experience that he has in the classroom. The thing that impressed me the most about Jason was that when he interviewed, he had that same enthusiasm about his classroom when he was talking about his experiences in the classroom as he does as coaching on the ball floor. And so that's one of the major things that impressed me about him, is that, you know, he is definitely a coach that definitely wants his students to succeed in the classroom, and that excites me. So
I'd like to take a stab at that one too, Keith. When I just saw the resume Coach Nichols shared with me, and asking my opinion on that, on the hire, one of the things when I saw academic excellence on top of coaching excellence, and these gentlemen who are off to my right here are players, I expect academic excellence alongside athletic excellence, because the two go hand in hand. These are student athletes who I expect to be students first, and then and their athleticism would complement, no matter the sport, whether I'm talking basketball, baseball, football, soccer, whatever the sport, that academic excellence goes right along with your performance on the court and on the field. So when I saw Mr. Knowles' academic excellence at Cumberland, being an honor society while he was playing under the legendary Woody Hunt, I knew we had a guy that's special. And so in doing that, I said, Mr. Nichols, I think you've got my attention. And in doing so, this is an example. He's an example for our guys as a human being and character education. He's an example I want my guys follow. And these guys are these student athletes. Let me rephrase. These student athletes are incredibly special to me and to everybody involved in their lives. But having an example both on and off the field, to me, is just as matter of knowing just as important as knowing the X's and O's. So we have in this gentleman here, I think, one that is to be reckoned with on in the classroom and on the basketball coach with that type of discipline. So appreciate that question. Any additional statements, Mr. Nichols?
No, sir.
Mr. Cagle?
No, sir.
We'd like to thank the press for being here, thank our players, parents for being here, our coaches. One thing, too, I'd like to say, too, is the camaraderie that we have with among our coaching staff. We have coaches who are here right now. Coach Owen was here a moment ago. We have our coaches who are here in support of our latest hire, and that's what I love about Cannon County, is how we band together as a family. And Jason, welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.